Alright, Shalom. First off, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal Kadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders up in Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. And a sincere peace and salutations to all Akim out there pushing his word and truth and sincerity. It's the brother Ganan from the DC camp coming back at you with another video. And Lord's will, this will be a quick one in the spirit, just going back to the basics. Brothers was watching my channel, I think probably almost over a year ago, I had an episode going or a show going. It's a lot. I had a show going called The Milk, and pretty much the milk was inspired about stand on the breast, stand on the milk for us younger brothers, and brothers know I'm probably almost 4 or 5 years into the camp, and with the minimal experience that I have, I just want to bring that back out, the importance of staying on the milk. So Lord's will, I entitled this being reborn. When you come into this truth, I was watching the apostles and they was talking about how you got to empty out everything, man, and be reborn. So I'm going to just start off in this is St. Matthew's 18:3. It says, and he said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Right. So except as you be converted and humble yourself as a little child, then you cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven. So you have to understand the importance of this. You have to understand the importance of emptying out all the things that you've learned, whether it's Christianity, the Islam, or just the ways of the world. Because you got to remember what we're doing. We're shedding off that old man. And I'm going to jump to Ephesians. Brothers, watch me. I love this verse right here, this little passage. This is Ephesians 4:20. It says, but ye have not so learned Hamashiach, if so that ye have heard of him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahweh Shai. See, so right now, when you first hear this truth and you start to come into this thing, now you have heard of Yahweh Shai. Now is beginning of that transformation of becoming that little child, that baby that's desiring that milk. Verse 22, it says that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust. So that former conversation is your conduct, the way you conducted before you came into this truth. So now you're putting that off, because why? It's corrupt according to deceitful lust. You see? So all the stuff that we've been into before we've come into this truth is all corrupt, man. And what the scriptures say in Matthew 18:3, which I'm going to jump back to Matthew 18 anyway, but I'm just read verse 3 again. It says, and he said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of to the kingdom of heaven. So unless you put off this old man, the old conversation, the old way you conduct it, you're not going to enter the kingdom of heaven. And coming into this thing, coming into the truth, is all about what? Obtaining salvation, obtaining that crown. And that's the race, that's the fight, that's what we're all looking for, to be a part of that wedding ceremony, that crowning ceremony. So in order to do that, you got to read 23. It says, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. Being renewed is kind of like being brainwashed, man. But being brainwashed with the truth. Being brainwashed with something clean and righteousness, man. Like when you've been out running and exercising, whatever the case may be. Before you go lay down in your bed, you go clean yourself out, man. So before you come lay down in this truth, before you come do your thing in this truth, you got to clean yourself up, man. And that's being renewed. That's renewing your mind. You got to empty all that stuff out, man. And allow yourself to be taught the right way, man. Because if you come into this thing with knowledge that you had in the world, and it conflicts with the truth. Now you creating strife and problems within the brotherhood, within the body of Yahweh Shah. Verse 24 in Ephesians, it says, "And that ye put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness." And that's the transformation, man. That's the transformation of putting on that new man. You know, and that's how you get on that straight path, that path of difficulty, but that straight path to salvation, man. Now you on your way to salvation. Now you know you going the right way. Now the GPS, so to speak, is guiding you to the right destination. Um, Back in Matthew, St. Matthew's 18, and I'm going to jump to 4. It says, "Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven." So it's all about humbling yourself, man. It's all about knocking yourself down and emptying all the BS that you learned, man. Because if you come in here thinking that you know it all, you're gonna have a rude awakening. And coming in with that know-it-all spirit is that proud spirit anyway, man. You know, it's that proud spirit anyway. So you're gonna have to know how to conduct, you know. And the way you do that is always harping on that milk, man. Because when you're a baby, when you're a little child, what are you doing? You know, you desiring that sincere milk. But before I get that scripture, I'm gonna get Isaiah 28 and 9. This is Isaiah 28 and 9. It says, "Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast." You see? So who shall truly understand the scriptures? Who shall obtain knowledge? You know? Because the scripture in the Apocrypha talks about how wisdom will try you, man. You know, wisdom not just going to be placed on anybody, man. Wisdom is not going to infiltrate a proud spirit, you know. So you got to be humble. You got to be as a little child. And that's who he shall teach knowledge, whom he shall make to understand doctrine. Them that are weaned from the milk, you see, and drawn from the breast. That has to be a baby, man. A baby is the one that that's weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast before we can digest the meat that, you know, now some of us brothers can digest, is because, you know, we stay on the milk, man, which is why we getting back to the show, The Milk. You see, this is brothers knew I was getting this. I keep quoting it. This is 1 Peter 2 and 2. It says, "As newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby." You see? So the only way you're going to grow in this truth is by desiring the sincere milk. You see? You have to desire the sincere milk of the word that we may grow. That's the only way that we're going to grow in this thing. That's the only way that we're going to become something in this thing, is by desiring that sincere milk, being reborn, man. You know, and you have to be spiritual to understand that process of being reborn. You know, let me see if I can find something real quick before I close it out. This is St. John 3 and 3. It says, "Yahweh answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High." And that's what I wanted to stop at right there, is because Yahweh was going into this same topic with Nicodemus. And at the time, Nicodemus was being a natural man. He didn't understand. So brothers, for brothers coming into this truth, and brothers that's actually in this truth, you know, brothers that think that they know a little thing, you know, they can memorize scriptures and a couple breakdowns and then forget the milk. they forget the importance of being humble and staying in order. So you gotta be reborn. You gotta empty out all that proud spirit and be reborn in this truth, or you're not gonna enter into that kingdom, man. You're not gonna enter into the kingdom of the Most High, in which we all strive to be in. You see, so Lord's willing, brothers, was edified. I didn't want this to be very long, and as you know, Lord's will, I continue with the milk, the show, the milk, and these videos shouldn't be long. It's for younger brothers with the short attention spans to understand the milk and the basic topics, because this is very basic to understand that you should be reborn when you come into this truth. So with that, Lord's will, brothers, was edified. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Wakakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders up in Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. And a sincere peace and salutations to all the Akim pushing his word and truth and in sincerity. Shalom.